Why do we have a clown thing?
I don't know. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, welcome. Welcome to Chatting with the Chinos. We're here in our humble little home. And we decided we wanted to do a Chatting with the Chinos for Mother's Day. And we're getting ready to have our, we're having our potluck at 4 o'clock
Yeah.
at 303
Our
Rio
Mother's Day
Grande
gathering.
Northwest at Expressions by Collective Frequencies. So we have a Mother's Day gathering. It's free. It's potluck. Bring whatever you want, and that way we can share, have fun. It's an open stage and open mic, so come on by. It's going to be super amazing. And then me and my honey were talking about, okay, what do we discuss today? And today there's been a lot of stuff since we were in Sedona. So there's been a lot of situations, a lot of things that the emotions and stuff that we've been going through and seeing others go through. So we wanted to do a video on a lot of the things that are happening at this time because we're all going into this birthing situation. We're rebirthing into new hue, H-U-E, man beings. We're letting go of the H-U. And and today I felt like there's Mother's Day emotions that we're dealing with. Some people don't have mamas, or some people are mamas. Some dads are mamas. So there's all these situations with mama. Plus we got to take care of mama, which is Mother Earth, right? There's a lot of community tension. There's friendship fractures going on. There's leadership exhaustion because there's a lot of leaders that are just not wanting to be leaders anymore, and it makes sense, because really there's not even supposed to be leaders. We're just people that are way showers that will um, help others that are get lost when they're navigating their own way back home. We're just here to hand out the wipies.
Yeah, we're like all Earth guides or
Yeah, just guides. That's all. We're not leaders.
or
And then there's people dealing with boundaries, learning how to be and have and hold their boundaries without being in that fear perspective. Because when people are in fear, they're like, their boundaries are like, you know what I mean? It's like crazy, right? So look at my honey's like, oh, how cute.
I'm like, why is
There's
that?
a filter on it. Oh, shit.
That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. It's like, why do I feel like
Let me put it on mine. Let's see if it's on me. Hold on. My honey looks pretty, though.
Oh, like, what is that?
How do you take that off? Okay, how do you take off the filter? Anywho, that's funny. But and then there's disappointment. There's projections. Let me trade. Let's trade. And then there's growth, forgiveness. We have to learn how to forgive and staying authentic, being our true self. Be beautiful. Be you to the fullest. It's not doing mine. How come it's doing you?
Know.
Let me do my. You want to trade? Let's trade spaces. Let's see how it
Gonna
works.
probably follow me.
No way. Let's
Like
see.
when you
Let's
sit
see.
around the campfire.
Let's see. Let's see. No, it's on me now. See? There you go. See?
What is that?
I guess it's a filter that accidentally got put on. So anyway, so our question is, have you ever felt like everything starts hitting all at once? Because it's like everything's just boom, 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 right? Ever since that Aries alignment and stuff like that, we've been just really hitting it to the wire. Like everybody's feeling it. Everybody's been going through a lot of stuff, huh, babe?
I had too much stuff sometimes, you know?
There's friendships that are shifting. Community is there's tension. There's misunderstandings. A lot of people are assuming, and then there's expectations when people can't even follow through on their own expectations. So to me, it's like expect nothing and gain everything. And then life asks you, stay open-hearted anyway. Stay open-hearted anyway, even though we're going through all this shit, right? It's like, right? So today, we just wanted to sit down as real people, as real humans, and talk about how we navigate through all this conflict, projection, pressure, leadership, and staying authentic through all of it, right? So I can't read, it's like I even have my readers on and I can't even see what everybody's saying. But hi, guys. Hi, welcome. Hello. So the first question, babe, what we have written is, why do you think community spaces sometimes create projection and misunderstandings?
Um, because something else is going on with that person that's picking and judging on other people's, instead of like searching for their own happiness within themselves, they rather look at somebody else and get jealous about it, or questioning themselves. So when we go in community settings and stuff like that, and we do this, when we first get at a space where there's like an event happening and stuff, sure, everybody's gonna look around and stare at each other like, look at Tammy, she's wearing those flowers again.
Look, you have eyeliner on
like,
now.
Yeah. So it's like it's just things that are going on with inside other people. We don't exactly know what's going on with each and every one of us. We always have a different thing happening, and then right now, what's happening right now is like really like we're being checked, or we're checking ourselves on our impeccability, our integrity, our strength card. It's like, well, what are you gonna do with this situation? It's like, I can't leave it alone. I have to address it. I have to say, okay, well, come to the source and talk to the source and see what's really bothering you.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of hearsay and pointing fingers and stuff like that, it's like, come talk to me.
And I feel like when we have like a community, a common unity, and everybody comes into this circle, it's like we're all seeing our own mirrors, and all the triggers start to show up. So we have to really face those triggers and see which ones, why are we triggered by a situation or by a person. And then we got to really sit with that and really admit to ourselves, why did that person trigger me? And that's my shit. You know what I mean? So it's really important for us to sit with that and say, what is it that triggered me, and why is that my shit? And then like, oh, okay, I remember being like this. Oh, this is something I got to work on. Oh, this is something I'm overcoming right now at this time, right?
Everybody's going through something, man.
Everybody.
Because like we gotta go right through it. We can't avoid it. We can't go around it. We gotta go right through it to heal it.
So then how do we stay grounded when people misunderstand our intentions?
I guess just like, don't give it too much energy.
Yeah.
Like, which wolf are you gonna feed? It comes down to that again, and it's just like, but it's like hard to ignore that part of ourselves. But sometimes it's just good to just walk away and let it dissolve, let the dust settle. If you have like confrontation or something happening, it's just like, just give it a couple days or something, man, and
take a breath.
Or take a conscious breath and breathe.
Yeah.
Don't fucking react to it right away. Just kind of like, okay, it's not me, it's you.
Yeah. So I mean, because people misunderstand because they're assuming. What's in the front of assume. And it's like really like, because there's expectations and this and that. And sometimes your ego steps in the way of you listening to what the other person is saying. So a lot of us are like ADD. I know I am. I only get like the first part of the sentence or the last part of the sentence. And I didn't read the whole thing. So when I go back and read it, I says, oh, that's what they said. They didn't say this. I thought they were attacking me. But really, honestly, they were just asking me a question. So we have to really pay attention and be in that present moment. And what have we learned recently about boundaries? That's a big one right now, right? Consent is the new namaste.
I think consent has always been there. We just never practice it. Some people don't know how to practice consent. They just do it of whatever because they feel like, oh, you need this, or say no. It's like, you gotta ask me first to enter into my field. Because we do have boundaries. We do have a field around us. And it's like, no, I'm not going to let you in right now. I'll hug you later, but not now.
Yeah, a lot of people get offended when we don't allow them in the circle. I allow people in right away because that's just how I am. But I think I learned that from you, like making sure that we have
A
boundaries.
discernment, a certain discernment, not a full on like, no, don't touch me, but like, I'm not ready for that yet, right?
Yeah, having that common communication, right? And so then it's like making sure that we state our boundaries and asking people for that consent. There's many different ways of agreeing to the consent. So like say if I'm doing a reading on a person, they've consented to me that I could go in and speak to their higher selves and channel in the information for them. So that's a consent. Or if we're doing a healing, or say I'm doing somebody's hair, I am consented to go in and counsel them as I'm doing their hair or whatnot. I don't have to ask those questions. But what we've seen is like people like, because they're so excited about their healing modalities, and then we're out and they want to show off their healing modalities, so then all of a sudden they try to do these healings on front of people, in like an open space, and it's not kept sacred. So there's a lot of that happens without having that consent. You know what I mean? So even when I speak light language to somebody, I got to make sure that they're on my same frequency, because it'll like distract them or make them feel like weird. So I'm trying not to do that when their spirit doesn't want us to do that. So there has to be that kind of consent. So the next question is, how do you?
Or you can say, or do you like, can I do a healing on you? And all you have to say is no, but thank you for taking care of yourself.
No, that's the other way around.
Okay.
But no, the other person says, oh, thank you for taking care of yourself.
Well, that's what the same thing is. Like, no, not right now, but thank you for taking care of yourself, right? Because you're trying to heal yourself.
Yeah. How do you know when somebody truly wants resolution versus wanting to blame someone else?
They'll come to you.
They'll come to you?
Mm-hmm. All right? If they're really wanting to fix the issue, you will go right to it. Like,
Yeah.
go ask directions. Go ask for directions. I don't want to go ask for directions. I know where I'm going. But you don't really know where you're going, so you have to set it up and say, okay, where is this place at? So it's like really humbling yourself and putting your sword down and putting down, letting your guard down and allowing that energy to move out of your body, because you can't hold that in. You just get more frustrated or more mad at yourself than the other person. So this is like, yeah, if you want to face it, face it. If
well,
you
yeah, because
don't,
we can't blame somebody else that has happened. Something has happened to us. A lot of things happen for us, not to us. And so why did we attract this situation? What am I learning from this situation? So really checking in with yourself. Why am I blaming this person? You know what I mean? Because really, honestly, the assholes that come into our life are the ones that help us grow. And so we've attracted those assholes to us so that way we can grow from that situation. That's what I feel. Right?
Yep.
Do you think sometimes people confuse accountability with attack?
Maybe people don't know the meaning of both of those actions.
I really don't think people know what the vocabulary is, huh?
Yeah, it's like they just react to, I guess, I don't know, throw a tantrum to get seen or heard or...
Because I was talking to one of my friends, and there was a situation that happened at one of the festivals, and there was like this big old thing, and then they wanted this person to be accountable for what they did in one of the circles or whatnot, right? And I said, okay, that's great, and we can meet as a circle or whatnot, but we can't just pick just one person and pinpoint one person. It's almost like a witch hunt again. So are we going backwards and trying to do a witch hunt? Is there a way that we can forgive somebody or allow them to rectify themselves in a different way? And does it have to be very dogmatic in the way that it needs to be?
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Yeah.
So that's, so sometimes we got to be careful with that, not attacking, and and really speaking with them in a loving way, and giving them a chance to take accountability for whatever they're doing, but not attacking them. There was a whole situation with one of these singers as well, a famous singer, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know who the singer is, but it was like when we did go see the concert, and everybody's like, you're going to go support that person, and we were like, well, we want to see where that person is and what's going on. But it was really sad because that person was basically on their knees singing to everybody, and the music was for shit. But it was just like sad because this person didn't know how to rectify the whole situation, and there's another person that wants to help them. Maybe we need to give people chances. And I guess the reason why I get triggered is because my brother, he did 10 years for assumption and for hearsay. And so there's a lot of hearsay, especially when you become famous and whatnot. There's a lot of hearsay because people do get jealous of you. Not to say that this person didn't do what they said he did, because he did admit that he didn't realize that he was overstepping consent or boundaries. But the thing is that, so how do we rectify these situations, and do we spread all these gossips and rumors more so over and over again? Because that happened not too long ago, probably about 7 months ago, within our community, and there was all this like gossip and everything. I was like, wait. And then I had to even check myself and say, wait, Tammy, you need to stop talking about anybody's name or whatever. And it's a situation, and you can talk about the situation, but you can't talk about the name, right? So because we don't want to gossip, right? So it's really important for us to dot our I's, cross our T's, because maybe this other person was mad at the person that they're talking about and told you, and then you took it to somebody else, and then somebody else took it to somebody else. And it's kind of like that story where it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and the story gets bigger and bigger. And that's how gossip works, yeah? So you got to be really careful, especially when it can affect somebody's life forever. You know what I mean? So it's not to say that we're going to emotionally or spiritually bypass the situation that happened. I think that we need to sit down, have those conversations, and really face it. Even with the victim. If the victim should step up and say, hey, this is what happened. No, you did that. And so that way they can be accountable for that. We can't just run away. You know what I mean? And it could be in a private counsel or whatnot. But I think that that's like a good way of doing it. That happened to several people, because a lot of these millennials or younger generation accusing everybody, because it's different. It's a different generation where they don't. I mean, there was CV at that time during this the recent past, and people were afraid to touch each other, or afraid. And then if you go over there and you just touch somebody, like, hey, it's all good, they think that you're hitting on them or something like that. So there's all this jump to conclusions. You know what I mean? So there's this missing gap in between communication. I feel like physical communication and verbal communication. We need to like sit down and rectify all of that. You know what I mean? So just like when we sat with the elders too, we were like, there's no communication.
I'm not gonna judge.
Yeah, we're not gonna judge.
I'm gonna sit and listen. It's like, wow, that's pretty deep. Happy Mother's Day. Let's be happy. Let's be enjoy. Forget about all that. What you're going through. At least try to forget about what you're going through, because you're wasting a lot of energy on things that you don't even know what you're judging, mad about or judged about. It's just like, forgive yourself. That's what it's really coming down to, is like, do you really know how to forgive yourself, or are you just gonna constantly beat yourself or whip yourself? Bad Anthony, you go, don't do that. Like, no, forgive yourself, and speak to people with the kindness of your heart. And nowadays it's really hard for people to speak from their heart, because they feel like they're being judged on their actions or how they dress, their appearance and everything like that. It's like, we're just humans. You give yourself a break, man. It's just like, enjoy the rest of your life. Live the rest of your life. Don't die the rest of your life. You know, have a good time.
Yeah, we
It's
even,
like,
we even did the class forgiveness is key, huh?
yeah, we did sound journeys, we did classes and stuff like this. But you know what? Really, nobody really wants to forgive each other, or nobody wants to forgive themselves. They want to live in that. You know that like, oh, I'm so mad at the world. Fuck this, fuck that. I said, no, man, it's not. It's not your fault. It's like stop blaming yourself for things that you know that we judge ourselves upon and stuff like this. So let's just move on. Let's go take some shrooms. You wanna go do some shrooms and you know. Let's go smoke a joint over here. Or go, you know.
But we
sit in
can't
the park
bypass.
or
We have
go on,
to
you
call them
know.
on their shit, though.
I know, but sometimes you have to like let it settle. You have to let it put it away for a while and let that person come back to you. And,
Yeah,
and talk when they're ready to talk to you, or when you're ready to face that part of yourself. It's like then you can go in, you know, or maybe sit around and smoke a joint, you know, and then that will eventually come out.
Yeah.
You know, it will release that energy that you're holding inside the body. It's like, you know what, the shit that we're talking about was really stupid, and you know, I forgive you, and I forgive myself for that shit.
Yeah, I feel like that's, I mean,
I think that's what we need to come down to.
spirit usually takes care of everything.
Take a siesta, man.
I've been watching
Take a nap.
everything fall together instead of fall apart. That's what I've been seeing.
Yep.
You know, so, but what has Mother's Day brought up emotionally this year?
My mom is over there in Laughlin, Nevada, so I called her though. Did you guys call your mom? You guys better call whoever represented your mom, I guess, in your stage of life. But
I feel like we're the moms.
I don't want to be a mom, you know.
You are a mom.
No.
Anyways, but yeah, I mean, I feel like emotionally, I don't know, emotionally, I'm happy where we're at. I just feel like our moms don't want to hang out with us, huh?
No, they got their own deal going on, and then plus they think we're just weird anyway, so. Oh, that's just them. They're gonna do their weird stuff anyway, so. And we actually are. We're gonna be doing some weird stuff later. At 4 o'clock, or 4:30?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
So, how do we stop feeding the division?
Come into harmony with yourself.
Yep. It starts with us, right?
Everything starts with us, with the humans.
Bringing that masculine and feminine,
Once
the
you
dark
came
and the
here
light.
once you landed here on Earth, you had a responsibility. You're a steward of this Earth. How are you going to take care of it? The way you take care of yourself. You know, we have to water the plants. We have to, you know, feed the plants. We have to feed the animals. We have to feed our little Chaco. You know, it's like that's how I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna give the reciprocity back to Mother Earth, or whatever mother you want have to represent your mother. You know, giving it back and saying I love you, I appreciate you, thank you for giving me birth, and you know, for allowing me to have these experiences, whether they're bad or they're good. You know, there's always that yin and yang, and that dark and light harmony that's happening. So
Yeah, I feel like we have to accept the darkness within ourselves. Nobody's fucking perfect, nobody. And everybody acts like they are. They act like their farts don't stink. They act like their feet don't stink. Like, oh, they're perfect. But they're not. Nobody's perfect. So we got to remember that we're all mirrors of each other. And to stop the division is stop judgment. Don't judge. You know, I feel like we're like in the middle of Judgment Day. It's like been crazy, huh? It's like just everybody's judging each other for everything. But you cast a stone, there's a bunch of stones coming back at you. What have you not done? What really, are you really authentic? Are you really the perfect person? You without sin, right? It says that in the Bible. No, it's really important to remember that we all have faults, all of us. And we all have goodness as well. And yes, we have to call each other on shit, but we can't force people to do the things that they're not ready to do. So we have to love everybody where they're at, right? Wasn't that what we learned in Sedona? Love everybody where they're at, because that's where they need to be.
In different situations, in different cities and countries, and we don't know what they're going through.
Yep.
We don't even know what we're going through. Like, what are we going through? I don't know. Just keep going. All right. Join the march. Where are we marching to? I don't know. Just keep marching. Let's go.
And we don't feed into division like politics or sports or sexes, or we try really hard to harmonize everything. We bring everybody together. It's like, oh, this person did something bad, you can't be friends with them. Oh, this person did something bad, you can't be friends with them. And it's like, well, we can't judge from what your experience is with that person. All we can do is see it from our perspective. And really, that's only a minimal of what the perspective is. So you have to sit, and the way we do it is we sit with them. We hear all the little mice come and tell us everything. The birdies come and tell us everything. And we don't judge it right away. We sit with them and see where are they coming from, what has happened, what triggered them. And then as we get closer, then we start asking them the true questions. Like, why did you feel you needed to do it this way? Or why did you feel like you needed to touch that person? Or why did you feel like, this or that, or whatever it is? And then the answers start coming out. And then we have to sit with them and discuss it with them. How do we change this? How do we shift this? We don't just like throw the baby out with the bathwater like they say, you know what I mean? Because that's what people want to do. Let's just get this person out of the community and just be done with it. It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? So, but normally what I've been seeing is that Spirit just has been actually taking the trash out on its own. People have just been leaving on their own, you know what I mean? So it's been a little bit easier for us because we're not having a lot of conflict or mediation or anything like that. So we're just allowing it to happen and fall where it needs to happen, because then that's when in the stillness is when you see the truth. In the stillness is when you see the truth of who is. What do they do? Who are they? How do they walk their walk and live their talk? Are they walking their walk and living their talk? So that's basically how we've been doing it. What would healing communities look like to you?
What?
Healing communities look like to you.
Like everybody is healed, or what?
Like we're gonna heal the communities. Like how do we fix the communities? We don't, right? They do it on their own.
They have to fix their own community within themselves. I mean, it's all coming down to taking care of yourself, so your self-love for yourself. Like, how much do you really care for yourself, or do you care for yourself?
Yeah.
That's community. That's
Common
not so much
unity.
as healthy, but almost like getting by. Let's do this together. You can't do everything by yourself. I mean, for real, you can't. You need people. We need support. I need support sometimes too. To do the things that we do, and you do need that support from us. No matter how you get it, it's up to you how you want to receive it, and how you want to give it back to community too. Community, they don't want to be in community.
Yeah.
For real, it's like
common unity.
It's always dividing ourselves. I'm clicking up with this gang or this religion, or I'm gonna join this Tai Chi group and this Kung Fu group,
or the meditation group, or the breath group,
the yoga
or the woo-woo group.
You can't join this because you don't have a cool yoga mat.
No, you have to have a certificate. Yeah.
So, but I still do it anyway. I'm gonna bring my own mat.
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of these situations remind me of when we were little kids.
Not to prove a point, but to say, I'm going to join you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like a big old cafeteria where you're looking for a place to sit with your trays. Like, everybody looks at you like, no, you can't sit here. These are the cool kids. Okay, well, I'll go sit over here with these other guys then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is.
That's how society is. I mean,
well, and then we were talking about, because Derek Bros is coming to the space, so remember to mark your date on that, the 14th. And talking about society and how we get away from society. But really, honestly, we have to create our own society, right? There's always going to be society. And people want to break everything apart. The thing is, we have to learn how to do it sustainably with each other, not without each other. And a lot of people want to run away from humans. The thing is, you're just running away from yourself. I remember telling my son at one point, he wanted to be a hairdresser. I says, well, you better love yourself very much because you're going to see your mirrors every day. Because when somebody sits in front of you, that is your mirror. And so I love my mirrors. So a lot of people don't know how to live in a tribe. Even the people that are in a tribe do not know how to live in a tribe. So that tribal mentality has been broken, and it's been fragmented so much that people don't even know how to do it anymore because everything's mine, me, I. And who has the biggest feathers? You know what I mean? Who has the best dress? All this stuff. And we've been seeing this. We even see this in our UFO community. We see it in all the other communities. We've been seeing it at EDM communities, burlesque communities, belly dance communities, gay communities. It's been all the communities. It's like, why can't we just all come together? Why can't we just all play together? We have to learn how to be tribal. So we have to build an ecosystem where we remember and we're testing it out, and how does it feel to us? Is it comfortable? Is it, I mean, it's like we have to really embrace that incomfortability, so that way we can learn how to be comfortable. It doesn't have to be a F no right away. It could be like, well, let me test this out. Let me check this out, you know, and be open-minded to what can come next. How does this work? How can we evolve together? How can we help the children? How can we learn in a better way? There's a lot of things that we have to come back together again and meet up and build those bridges. So this is where we're at right now. And so we're still pushing through within our community, but our community is all the communities. Our doors are open for all the communities to come in. It's been really hard because there's some communities that are a little bit more, I don't want to say malevolent, but they don't have good intentions. So we always check them at the door with intentions and how do they feel, and like if they're walking a good walk, because we do have to resonate, and more than likely will trigger you anyways because our frequencies are very demanding and very to the point. So not saying we're better than anybody, because we're not, but what we're saying is that we do stand in our authority and in our authenticity, and when we're standing in that, we're not judging somebody else, but our frequency is touching you. See, we're touching you. So if I'm on here and I'm triggering you right now, then I'm doing the best job ever. I'm triggering you because then now you're questioning your own beliefs, which are lies to yourself. There's a lie in the middle of that belief, and it makes you feel comfortable where you're at. So our beliefs change every single day. So being a community leader is not easy for anybody. It's not for validation. I mean, there's days where we thought, let's just take off. Why are we doing this, right?
I still think that.
He does.
To be truthful with you, it's really hard, like representing this costume that I'm wearing, because it's a very sacred costume that I'm representing at this time right now, in this timeline, and it's like this is a very sacred vessel. So is my wife's vessel. It's everything that we gotta treat it with respect, because we're just borrowing it. We're renting it. We're borrowing it from Mother Earth so we can have these experiences, and whether it be bad or everything's always gonna be bad or good or whatever, but in my readings and things that I do, I always want to be optimistic about items that we talk about. So because there's bad things that happen to people, but then there's good things that happen to all of us too. It has to be that harmonious integration of energies, and working together and coming together, and feeling through it, and not like ignoring it, but feeling it for a while, and then maybe readdress it later at a better time, is what I'm getting at. We don't always have to have road rage all the time. It's like, take it easy, man. Like, you're supposed to be having fun. You're not supposed to be taking shit so serious. Like, have fun.
Yeah.
Be beautiful. Be your authentic self. Represent what you're wearing, or what was gifted to you. Take care of it. I have a hard time taking care of this. Just getting, we gotta move the body. We gotta breathe. Take a breath. Let that shit go, right? Let it go. Whatever is hindering you from moving forward from where you're at, or loving your mother, your father. This is what we're getting at. The Mother's Day is every day. Father's Day is every day. We're all representing some type of mother and father energy. It's like, how are we gonna do it today? We're gonna microdose on some magic mushrooms and
You're just wanting to mushroom it,
have a great day. Mushrooms are good for you.
We were at the, what is it called, the rail yards, and there's the mushroom people there, so we were talking to them. My Henny was trying to talk to them, but they were not nice. But anyway, so I think this is like kind of sums up a lot of the emotions that have been going on around us, and we just wanted to come on chatting with the Chinos. We will be doing a lot of interviews here in the near future with everybody that is performing, and we do create a very safe space at our location. It's at 303 Rio Grande Northwest, 87104, Albuquerque, New Mexico, of course. And it's an art gallery. It's an event space. We've had a lot of amazing people there, and it's just a safe space. People, everybody has opinions.
Yep.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, so whatever.
It's
But
okay.
we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and it took us a long time to get here, to be able to hold this container for people that want to utilize this container in a good way. So it's a good portal to come to.
Yeah.
And it will call you on your shit. It will, honestly. But we love you guys so much. And if you want to connect with us, collectivefrequency.net is our email. And you can always just call us as well, 505-899-4575. We're Collective Frequency. Actually,
Come by, check it out.
Expressions by Collective Frequency.
Yeah, we'll be there this evening if you want to come by.
Yeah, come by. Potluck. Bring some
4:30.
nice snacks by.
Bye.